All right, hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bowhunting Wilderness Podcast. Jason here, and we're just getting ready to get our stuff together for our stands for this season. This season is going to be a little unique for me from a couple of factors. One, I'm hunting down here in the south, so there's that humidity, that kind of stuff. Two is the fact that down here it is not. I mean, when we were in the north, a lot of us thought that hiking in a mile and a half into a stand was a long way. If you hunt in the south, you realize real quick that that's a joke. Some of these places could be 2-3 miles in that we got to go. So we got to get that stuff together, and we got to keep in mind too that we're dealing with humidity, hot temperatures. When the season opens in September, 100-degree days with 85% humidity is very common. So we got that factor. Then there's also the factor that because I will be going in so far in a lot of these that I'll probably scout my way in the afternoons, find the feed trees and stuff that I want and setups, and then I'll climb up and I'll hunt, and I'll leave my stand there overnight, come back, hunt it in the morning, and then from there scout to wherever else I want to go from there. So I'll be leaving my stand in the woods at night, overnight a few times here too. So there's a few different factors that made me change a few things up on here. So we got stuff painted and sprayed right here, and I always spray paint everything mainly just for the protection for rust proofing. Okay, but you can see that I spray paint my sticks. I've shown you videos on that before, but it's a protective coating for any rust and things of that kind of nature. So I do it automatically. I know it stands aluminum, but still, you got bolts, you got everything, but I paint them, and it also does help with the camouflage during the daytime. But I also noticed that these straps that I bought, these are ones that Hunting Beast had on clearance a long time ago. They were like $3 a strap. Well, I bought like 15 of them. Well, I use them, but like you can see on this one, I paint the straps. They're too bright otherwise. Look at these. See these straps? Now, when I flip this strap over, look at the difference. Okay, see how bright and shiny that is? I don't want that on a tree. So I just use regular spray paint on them. Somebody in the comments is going to blow up and tell me, oh my God, you ruined them. The straps are going to be worthless. They're not going to work no more. Just like when they tell me dye in my white lineman belt. Oh, it's going to break it down. It's never going to hold your weight. It's a failure. You're going to die. They're going to be okay. Okay, I've been doing it that way for 30 years. They work. I paint all my straps. Always have. And on the trail cameras, on all that stuff. But anyway, these are extras. These are 3 extra straps that will get yak grips on them. These will just be stored in my truck as 3 extra straps if I need them. And I got one more we're going to do, but I left it raw to show you. So we got this one right here. So I got what it is right here. This is one of my other Lone Wolf straps from a long time ago I've had. We are going to put yak grips on these. Here's my yak grips. Now I cut them because they are one whole yak grip like this. Okay, is how they kind of come. I cut them in half. I'm going to have to re-stitch this because I cut through that stitching. If I put my finger in here, start spreading that, see how it's going to separate. So I got to put some stitches in the end of that, like I've shown you in my yak grip video. But we got 4 yak grips to make. We got this one right here too that we got to get. I want to make sure it's set, and I got to test. Those ones I've tested weight-wise. I still have to test this one and make sure it's not going to slip. Then this one gets painted too. And so they are going to be painted like that. All 4 of those straps will have 4 total backup straps in my truck at all times with yak grips on them, just like what you're seeing right here with a yak grip on it. This same strap, this is what's going to be there. These are starting to wear, but they're probably good for half a season still. They've been on for 2 years. I probably will get more than half a season. See how I put that extra stitch in there? But honestly, when these do start to punch through, like see how that's almost breaking through right there? I'm going to patch it with a stealth strip. I'm just going to take stealth strips and patch that until I can't wear it, until these are so worn out I can't use them. But you can see they start to, again, a couple years old, they've been through the ringer, but they're holding up real good. But if that hole becomes an issue, I'll stealth strip right over top of it. Just run a stealth strip right around it. So we've done that. You also notice on my sticks, I have put stealth strips on here, a section here and a section there. That is not for noise. My sticks go in and they sit like this on my swim noodles, like you guys know, right here. So there's no worry factor of that. What these are for, these 2 strips on here, is for grip. Again, humidity, hot, and a lot of rain down here, and it's very slippery on here. This gives me something tight to grip onto if I need to. So that's the reason I have a piece of stealth strip here and one up there, is for grip factor. So I'm not sliding down this bare metal tube right here and slipping. I got good grip on there. So I put that stealth strip on all 3 of them, again, because of the fact that I'm down here in the super hot temps, the humidity, that kind of thing. And I know from hunting in the rain and in the cold, these get real slick, trying to hold on to this to climb up. Your hands slide down a lot. This is just going to help me give me that bite right there. So that's what I put those on there for. You notice I run my buckles all the way out on my sticks. See how this one here, the buckle is out here on the end of the strap, not right here. I do that on purpose. It gives me weight. When I fling them around a tree, that buckle adds weight and brings it right around to me really nice. So we have that set up. On my stand, here's my mat. I just made a new one of these. This is that block that goes on there. I only painted it again just to keep the shine down. Again, it lays at the bottom of the tree and I don't care much about it. You know, it's not like I'm worried about it being seen or anything. It's buried down there in the bushes. But I did make a new one, you know, just a simple cutout one. Showed you part of that. Changes on the stand. The only thing I've done differently is I have got rid of my straps and went to 2 paracords. Now, you might ask yourself why I did that. But let's take a look at this and see. These are what were on it. Okay, these are the straps I've been using for many, many years. These Allen backpack straps. Okay, they are phenomenal. Best backpack strap. Real simple. These ones I just cut off of there, but I love these straps. Okay, they're awesome. Awesome. But when I got a stand hanging on a tree, you can see those straps, those black straps hanging underneath of them. You can't even see the paracord on this now. If I take one of these and I set it on there for perspective, and we just hang this on here, look at the difference. And that's just another security factor for me in there, and other factors I'll show you in a minute. But see, look at the difference there, how noticeable that is versus that piece of paracord sitting there. So it also, you know, so it's less obvious when this is hanging down off that stand, you know, and this is flapping in the wind. People aren't going to see this piece of paracord as much. Now, the other factor is because I am down here with the humidity and the heat, when I go to climb that tree, I'm going to be climbing. If you look at me right now, I'm sweating like a dog. It's 94 degrees out here. I'm in my yard. It's 94 degrees. It's hot. When I'm hiking out in the woods, actually, look, I mean, you think I'm kidding. There you go. When I'm hiking out in the woods, out there heading to my stand, I'm going to be wearing a shirt, whatever, t-shirt. I'm going to be sweating very heavily. When I go to hang my stand, I'm going to be wearing that sweaty, heavy, that shirt is, you know, I'm going to be drenched in sweat. When I get up and I'm set in my stand, I will then pull out my Ziploc bag, grab my brand new t-shirt once I cool down a little bit, put that on, and then put this shirt in that Ziploc bag and seal it. But as I'm hanging that stand, I will be wearing this soaking wet, sweated shirt. If I put these on here and I have these on as backpack straps and they're coming around like this, these are now going to get soaked and they're going to hold that sweat and moisture in them too and start to get stinky. Where that paracord has a lot less surface area on it, and it's nylon is going to be better off for that, so I figured this is what I'm going to go with. It'll help keep the scent factor down from my sweaty clothes when I'm climbing. I do not wear my stand. I do not wear that into the woods. That goes on my back, or on my backpack. The only time I actually put this on my shoulder is when I'm climbing a tree. Okay, it's the only time he's going on my shoulder, and they're not a big deal when I do. If I take this, close it down like this, put it on, we'll stick it right on right now, show you for example. But when we put this on, okay, and that's how it's going to be, but it's no big deal right here. I don't have that thick padding soaking up all that sweat and moisture. It's just going to hang right there. I put my sticks on, I climb up my tree. When I get to the top of my tree, it's very easy to just pull this right off and take it and set it there and use it. It's probably pretty dry now. We're going to still leave it out here and let it cook a little bit. But that's it. Everything else on here I've shown you in other videos that I've done with the stealth strips and things like that. But those are a couple of changes that I made to it. Again, just because of the fact that I'm now hunting down here. So there's some things that I noticed that are going to be a concern for me that I wanted addressed. That's how we addressed them. It's also the perfect time to go through and get all of your stuff in order. Okay, it's July, especially if you're painting stuff. Get that stuff painted now. Okay, I got yak grips, 4 of them I'm going to make for those buckles, including getting this one tested and painted. I got these all sealed up. My spare lineman belt. Now, this is not the Rope Man one and all that, because that never breaks. But if I were to nick my, nick my lineman belt with my saw or something, I need to replace that. Well, this goes into my truck and stays in there as a spare part in my truck. I broke my rubber band, needed another rubber band, but those are my spare stealth strips that go in my pack. I have another roll in my truck. So we're just getting all of our stuff together and making sure everything is fine-tuned and ready with our stands and our sticks for the season, so we don't have to deal with it then. Okay, I can tell by looking at these straps. Sorry, big old logging truck going by. I can tell by looking at these straps that they're starting to fray pretty good on the edges. Okay, they're starting to get wore out pretty good here. Look at that. Okay, it's not going to be long. Now, they're not ready, they're not done yet, but they're about 50% of where I want them to be. So somewhere before this hunting season actually finishes, somewhere probably halfway through the season, right before I go do all my November hunts, I will be replacing these. I have those right there, plus that other one, so I will replace those right onto these then, take the best one or two of these, throw them in my truck as spares. But by doing this now, painting those straps now, they get to dry out and not have that odor. By making the yak grips now, I don't have to stay up for an extra half hour trying to make all this crap and set everything up in the middle of the season when I got other stuff to do. So it's just a matter of making sure you get all your stuff done when you're supposed to, so that you can enjoy the season. Get that prep work done now. So, little tip for you. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.